You're not hearing anything. I'm not hearing anything.
No.
You start by 205. Yeah, good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. Thank you. I think this is your lecture, third lecture or fourth lecture. Discuss MTH 101. So I will be taking you the topic sequence and series. So this is a topic that I believe that virtually all of you are familiar with one way or the other. Maybe during your SSC or your JAM, it's not new. We just go a bit higher than what you have done at elementary school. So your knowledge of elementary school will help. But I will not assume that you know it. We are going to start from scratch so that you can have a very good understanding of what I want to talk about. Okay, so my name is Dr. Abimbola Bolaniwa from Department of Mathematics, University of Lagos. Okay.
Yeah, I want to write the teacher's name down.
So our aim and objective of this topic is that at the end of this chapter, students should be able to at least define and identify sequence and series. You should be able to form and find general term of a sequence. You should be able to form a sequence and a series. You should be able to find the general terms of a sequence and series. You should be able to define arithmetic progression and geometric progression. And you should be able to derive the formula to find the n terms, some of the first n terms of arithmetic progression and of arithmetic series and geometric series. And you should be able to find the n terms, some of first terms of a geometric series. Okay, you should be able to solve problems involving AP and GP. Okay, so let's go down. If I want to ask, what is a sequence?
No.
How do I understand? Please, it's better you mute yourself, except one when you want to talk. Okay. So, and if you want to talk, you can raise up your hand so I will allow you to talk. So, what is a sequence? If I may ask. how do I understand the rule for a sequence? How do I find terms in a sequence? Is it possible for me to sum up the terms in a sequence? And etc., etc. These are the questions that we will try to address. What is a sequence? We will know that. And let me start by giving this type of sequence. Let us consider the following set of numbers. You know what a set is. I know you have been taught a set. Sets. So let's consider the following set of number. If you look at this number, 1, 2, 3 to 10, that is a set. If you look at this, it starts from 1 and ends in 10. In set, you say this is if you put this thing together, you say this is a set of number from 1 to 10. You call this, okay, I will ask, is this a finite set or infinite set?
A final set.
Why is it? Okay, just
Finite set.
please, if you want to talk, you raise up your hand. So because you are more than, you're almost 300 here, all 300 people will not talk at a time. Okay. So this is a final set, fine. And look at example B. It does not have an end. So if you have a set like this is an infinite set. If you look at all these numbers that I have down here, we write them down, follow a particular order. There are a set of rules which guide these numbers. So each of these can be called a sequence. Okay. So we like what I put here as exercise says which of these are finite sets of numbers. We know A is finite, B is infinite, C is infinite, D is infinite, E is infinite, F is infinite, G infinite. Okay. Then when you look at the pattern here, can we write the next 3 terms in each of these these sets? So I call it what you see as a set here, because a finite rule or a particular order is followed, is called a sequence. So you can see this is a sequence of number. Now, if I want to continue this, like the first one now is a finite set, so it ends here. I may not want to continue it, except I want to make it to continue. I should be able to add what will be the next number. Then the next one for the A will be 11, 12, 13. Okay, because this is just counting number. Okay, and you can have a general rule which we are going to now. Look at the second one, 1, 3, 5, 7. If I want to write the next number, what will it be? That would be 9.
9, 11, 13.
9, 11, 13.
So now if I want to write the third one, the third set, 1, 4, 9, 16, what would be the next one?
21.
25.
25,
25.
36, 25, 36, and
25,
49.
49, yes.
yes.
49.
Good. Let us look at D. I have -1, 1, -1, 1. It's an infinite set. What will be the next?
1.
-1.
-1.
One minus one.
-1
Now,
-1.
good. Now, if as I have this, if I now say, okay, let me look at B, the B here. Let's say, okay, I want you to find the first number here. Let's say I say this is the first term, the one here is first term, this is second term, this is third term, this is seventh term. Without listing all of this, and I just ask you, can you find me what will be the 21st term of this sequence?
21st.
Yeah, I'm not asking, I'm just explaining now. So that is another question. Instead of writing them up to 24 before we know it, we should be able to look at what rule do they use to define this sequence. Once you get that rule, you can now apply the rule to get the 21st term. You can apply the rule to get any term of that sequence. Okay, you can get 100th term of the sequence. So that is why it's important to know the rule that guide a sequence. And that is my explanation is what I put here. We say you should know that each set is written down in a definite order and the terms are obtained by a simple rule. Each of those sets is an example of a sequence. Elements of each set are terms of the sequence. Each element is called a term. Like I said here, in this example A is first term, 2 is second term. Okay, so then sequence A and G above are example of finite sequence. I've explained that, and they have finite number of terms. Then sequence B to F are example of infinite sequence, which we already explained. Then if the term of the sequence, now if the term of a sequence are considered as a sum, that is, we have seen the sequence. If I want to add them together now, what I have by the time I add is what is called series. Okay, so series is the summation of the term of a sequence. When the term of a sequence are added, then you have a series. So at least just the way we have a finite sequence and infinite sequence, we can also have finite series and infinite series. For example, what I have here, if I have 1 plus 2, then plus 3, plus 4, maybe up to plus 10. Okay, I'm repeating A now. What I have here, this is a sequence. Then adding the terms together here, this thing here is a series. So this is a sequence and this is a series. So that's what my explanation here. So consider the sequence as a sum, you have a series. And just like you have finite sequence, you have finite series. Just like you have infinite series and infinite sequence, you also have infinite series. Okay. And want to write this sequence, mathematically sequence will be written like this. Sequence AK, where K is counting from 1 to infinity. This is a finite sequence. If I write it like this, AK, where K is counting from 1 to infinity, this is an infinite sequence. That you can expand this. This one now look like a rule now, but that is a notation for now. So like this sequence, I can, if n is like, let's say n is 10, I can write this sequence now as when k is 1, I have a1. Then the first term will be a1. When k is 2, you have the second term, that is a2, a3. K is a subscript, okay? If this, in this case, is infinite, then you have a1, a2, a3, dot, 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 dot. So it's infinite. So this is just a notation for sequence. So when you see a notation like this, then we are talking about sequence. So it can be written in a better way like this. You have A, K. You put this like this. K from 1 to, let's say, infinity here. So that is an infinite sequence. So that is a notation. Then for series, as I've said, is a sum of the element in a sequence. So when you add all these, let's say you consider this finite sequence. When you add it together, you have summation from A1 plus A2 plus A3 up to AN. So that is a summation that you have here. So this is sum, is written this way, sum, okay, of AK, where K is counting from 1 to N. So what you have here is a series. This is a series and this is a sequence in terms of notation. Then we will also denote the term of a sequence by Tn. So the sum of a sequence, we call it Tn. So as a way of notation. So anytime we are talking about the term, maybe I say find the 10th term. If you are asked you to find 10th term of a sequence, then I'm talking about T subscript 10. Okay, so note that. Then we want to evaluate summation and write a series as a summation. Let's leave this one for now. Let me move on. Okay, this is what I just explained. Now, let's look at this example. Can you find some of this? Can you find the sum of this? How do you do that? So, the solution is what I've written down here. So we are having summation of this. This won't become a series now. It's not a sequence. You now want to find the sum of this series. Each term you have here is the term of sequence. You add it together. So, and this what you do is that this your high is counting from 1 to 4. So this is a finite series. And you're having summation from 1 to 4, and it's just like this. 4 multiplied by 1, because I is 1, plus 1. So this is first term, plus the second term, plus the third term, plus the fourth term. So you have to just put the counting number here. When I is 1, when I is 2, when I is 3, when I is 4. And you have all of this and this. So this, what you hear, is sum up to be 44. This sum up to be 44. Okay. Also, the second one, can we attempt that? Okay. Then brother, I think I have solution on the screen. So K is 1. In this case, K is counting from 2. You can see. Find this where K is counting from 2 up to 5. So, and that's what I've done here. Plus the third term when K is 4, which is 2 plus K to 4 to power of 3, and when K is 5 is 2 plus 5 raised to power 3. Then add all of this together, you have this. So this gives you 2, 3, 2. So you can see that when you are finding series, series means you add all the term of your sequence together. So then again, let's look at this formula now. If I give you a series, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 up to infinity, or let's say up to a particular n, what is the formula? Now, let me ask this. I want transpose. If I give you 1 plus 1 plus the dot up to plus the last number, which is 1. Let's say I had all of these together up to 10. Okay, I have 10 ones. What will you get? What is the sum? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 10 times.
10. 10. 10.
Exactly.
So that's 1. 10.
Is where's over? Yeah, 10 is correct. So you have 10. So if I write this now, summation of all of these, summation of 1, okay, from 1 to 10 will be 10, right? So which means if you can now see why summation of 1 to n, of 1 from 1 to n is n. So if you have this, you add 1 in n places, you have n.
So what if it is not 1?
Yeah, if it is that's what, if it is not 1, suppose you have 2. if you had 2 plus 2 in 10 places,
20.
you are going to have 20, right?
Yes, sir.
So if it is 2, that means you are having 2 times 1 in 10 places. You can look at it. You are having 2 times 1 in 10 places. And that is going to be sum of 2 times 1 in 10 places. 5 from 1 to 10. In this case, this 2 is common. I can just put 2 here because it's times, and I have summation of 1 now from 1 to 10. And I know summation from 1 to 10 is n. So the sum of this will be 2n.
Yes, sir.
So if n is 10 now, you just have 2 times 10, 20. So these are to have, this is a general rule. So for 2, it's just going to be 2n.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Ask, please.
Sir, how are we not going to know the figure of n? I mean, will they just give us the figure of n? Or is just that
Now, n here is like when you have a finite series. And okay, let me put this way. Start from this high. High here is a counting variable. Like your index, dummy variable is you are using it to count. You are counting from 1 to n.
Yes, sir.
If I give you a sequence or a series that has 5 terms, okay, so n is 5. If I give you a sequence that have 20 terms, n is 20. You know, it's just like what I wrote earlier on, A1. Let me see what I wrote earlier on. Look at this. When I give A1, A2, A3 up to AN, n here is the number of the last number you have here. For example, if you have A1, A2, A3 up to A5, your n is 5. That means you are counting from first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and fifth term. So n is 5. So that is how to know your n in this case. So like what you have here, in fact,
sir,
you can just where you go for n is going to be the number of term. N simply is the number of term. If your series have 20 terms, n is 20. If your series,
but in this place we don't know our n, because this place it is an infinite series.
that's why I give see the example I wrote here. I'm giving that here. 1 is here. Plus 1, last one. That's why I wrote that. Okay. That's
sir.
So I have plus 1 here. I've used this, the one I marked here. Okay. So I've used that. Okay. In this case, okay, even if you don't know this, for in this case, this sequence you have here, even if it is finite, is only I will just remove. What we are doing here is the sum of the first n terms. Sum of the first n term. So what you have here is also sum of first n term. It might be an infinite sequence, infinite series. It might be an infinite series, but you can pick some of the first n terms. For example, if you have 1 million terms, and I'm just interested in the sum of the first 200 terms. Are you getting it now? You may have 10 million terms in your series, but I'm interested in only in the sum of the first 5. So that is what this n is, the number of terms that you want to add together. And meanwhile, it's not just arbitrary 5, it's just the first five from the first term up to the 5th term. If it is 10, the first term up to the 10th term. So in this case, is the sum of the first term up to the nth term. So this is the sum of the first n terms, which you are going to see very well. So when you have this type of sum, this is what you have. And for this, you have.
That terms must be consecutive.
Excuse me, sir. Please, that I what is it representing? The I influence summation.
What do you say?
Does it mean
The
that the consecutive distance is the consecutive, sir?
Consecutive, like what?
Like the n that we are going to, you said it's from 1 to n. It means that the terms that we are going to add, they must be consecutive, not separated. They must be consecutive terms.
No, no. What do you mean by consecutive? I've said it. I said the first 5 terms, the first n terms, the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, up to the nth term.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So that's what we are saying. So we don't just take arbitrary. It's not arbitrary element, not first term and 12th term and 13th term for now. We're looking at some of the first n term.
Okay,
Just
sir.
like what I give here, 1 up to the 1 is the first term. The second term in this example you see here, the second term, the first term, no, sorry, the thing on that there. The first term is 1, the second term is 1, the third term is 1, up to the 10th term, which is also 1. So whether if you are not saying consecutive now, I don't really understand what you mean by consecutive. But you are talking about the first 5 terms. Maybe you say consecutively, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So,
Okay, sir.
but meanwhile, if you are doing the elementary computation, the way you add it together may not really matter. Maybe I want to add the first 10 terms. I can say the first term plus 10 term, the second term plus 8 term, the third term. So the most important is just to get the solution. But in this case, because we are following a particular rule, we may want to define a general method to find the sum of the end term of a sequence. Once you know the first term, you know the second term, okay? And in this case, we don't need to write each of them to say 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 up to n. So once you have the general method here, you can actually, are you still seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
you can actually, in this formula, if I want to sum up this number 2, let's say I want to sum up the first 200 term. I just come to this formula, and in that case, my n is 200. Just put 200 here, 200 here, then you substitute and simplify it. You evaluate it. After that, you get a number, you get the sum.
no, sir. Excuse me, sir. Please, the I in front of the summation. What does it stand for? What is it representing?
So that is where I started from now. Summation. I will explain again. This symbol, this is a sum. Sum means, look at what I just said. Sum, hard. So if you, let me go back to, look at this. I want to add A1, A2, A3 up to AN. And I want to put this one in a sigma notation. This summation is a sigma, it's called sigma. So I want to put it in a sigma notation. So what I will just say is that A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus AN, I will use this symbol.
We are not seeing what you're talking about, so it's showing the shortcut formulas.
Okay, that means not moving. That was why I was asking. So the screen is not moving, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means something is happening. Let me see again. Let me reshare. Let me stop and reshare the screen. Okay, I will just move on. Okay, can you see it like this?
No, sir.
No,
I can.
What of like this?
I can see it.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
Can't see anything.
You can't see anything. Let me stop here and again. Let me reshare. What's happening?
so I can't see your screen.
Yeah. I'm trying to reshare.
That's your fault, sir.
No, I can't see your screen.
Yes, I'm trying to do.
Yes, 8 now.
You guys should calm down now.
Just calm down. I'm trying to do the screen. I don't know what. From my hand here, the screen. Okay. Maybe it will be better this way. What of like this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
What's happening?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. So the screen is not shared. What is happening?
Wait.
Mm. What of like this?
No, sir.
Okay. Let me.
Sir, it's trying to share, like it's loading, something like that.
Let me close this thing and try opening it again. I don't know what's happening. Okay.
Really?
MTH 101.
Good job. You guys should stop sending your registration number now whenever the man is teaching. It's distracting.
You can mute notifications for the
And
chat so you
Yes. Just hold on the screen here that we need to.
Thank you.
Not jump. Just share.
So we can see it now.
You can see it now. Okay.
Yes, I was seeing it.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Is it moving? So slide 2.
It's just your wallpaper that was seeing.
I'm not seeing your wallpaper, sir.
Your wallpaper, sir.
Okay.
We
Are
are
you
seeing
I
seeing
can't see anything.
I've seen it now.
Okay, just hold
I
on, please.
cannot see anything. Uncle.
You see the front page, MTH 101 sequence and series.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Only your wallpaper.
No, sir. It's your
Only your
wallpaper.
wallpaper,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah, just the wallpaper.
Wallpaper like what of this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Nope.
Yes, I see the same.
Yeah, the
Okay.
wallpaper on your
Sir,
screen.
you're
That's
not
what.
projecting your screen.
Show me wallpaper, sir.
Sorry, show me the wallpaper.
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 Wallpaper. Paper.
Don't make sense. But when the other time when we just started, you were seeing it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're seeing it.
What now? What now went wrong?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Probably network. I don't know. Or
So still wallpaper you are seeing now.
Nothing.
No, your screen is
Looks
like
like
I
zooming.
think start screen sharing.
I've already shared this screen.
yeah, it is
It's
loading.
loading. Still
So
It's
loading.
not
okay.
now. What we're seeing is that we're seeing I started screen like you have started the screen sharing,
Screen
but we're not
sharing.
seeing anything.
But you are not seeing anything. I've
It's
shared the screen.
loading. It
Yes,
is
sir.
loading. It
Yeah.
is loading.
Definitely loading.
We're not
Okay.
saying anything.
Okay, no problem. Let's how long we need now take to share?
Yes, that's why I said infinitely.
So can't you continue teaching without sharing your screen?
Yes, we can definitely. Why not? But you
Let's
don't have the
continue.
note because you don't have the note. Because you don't have the
But
note,
you're still going to send the note after class.
I will give you the note definitely.
Then let's continue so that time will not go.
Yes. Let's. Don't worry. Let me see what I can. Let me make another attempt in doing this.
All right, sir.
Let me make another attempt in doing this. Let me make this last attempt.
Close the net very well, Jerry. Please.
Yes. I was saying.
You are seeing it now. Or wallpaper.
Wallpaper.
Wallpaper, sir. Wallpaper, sir.
We're saying the wallpaper only.
Sorry, wallpaper.
So have you tried dragging your PowerPoints to your screen?
Maybe you should minimize the Zoom app.
Minimize what?
Minimize the
Zoom app. Then yes, I know.
Oh,
That was already. We saw it before.
this is a magic.
I feel like this thing you should just close the Zoom app, close it entirely. You close it entirely, sir. So once you close it, then you open it back and you relog in.
No, I know what.
Don't you know closing the Zoom app
Zoom
entirely?
app entirely. Please don't attempt to record. I'm hearing myself back. Don't attempt to record. If you are trying to record, you will not enjoy the class. Please stop. Recording. Okay. Is that clear? Okay, I think it's better that. So it will be better now. So let's see. Series and sequence. It's not good if you don't have the.
Time is going.
Bolu, you made this next. He's going nearly kill you. You what?
So can you pray against any forces trying to disrupt this class?
But we don't die. Every time.
Please just hold on.
Omo.
As in,
Omo.
What are those ones? Wait,
as the man left the class.
I'm still with you. I'm still with you. I'm with
Okay,
you.
sir.
There's no way it won't be good to teach you without having a note as guide.
Okay, sir.
It's so good. And we have to look at what's happening to why the screen of this place is not, it can't be shared any longer. We started with sharing the exactly what is sharing. Why it's not giving us an issue. I'm with you.
yeah, so is it possible that you quickly like reschedule the link, the Zoom link for 3 o'clock so that we join again?
No. What do you mean by the streaming for 2 o'clock?
What did you just say? I beg.
I mean, like
3 o'clock. How will it be 3 o'clock?
Hello. Please
Oh no, that can't be possible.
just give me.
Relax now.
No, that's a bad suggestion. Not 3 o'clock.
Now maybe you should start by creating a link.
Where's my phone?
Zoom on. Zoom on. Is the lecturer still in the class? In the meeting, rather?
He's here. He's here. He's here now.
Hello. Please mind whatever you say here. I told you that I'm still with you. I want to get around there to share the screen. What do you mean that this lecturer still around? The lecture is a 2 to 4 now.
阳号发生，这就是我没事那种。Oh, please discuss.
Yeah, is it showing?
No, sir.
It's still loading like before.
So at this point, let's just make a new Zoom link and go into that one.
Okay, what we do now is
No.
that, okay, maybe we should, it's the same
Yeah, I
Zoom.
see it too.
Is it showing?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
It's just your wallpaper that is showing.
The wallpaper.
I
The
can
wallpaper that
see
is showing.
Somebody said you can see.
We can't see anything, sir.
I can't say anything, no. I don't know what she's saying.
wallpaper.
No, we can't see the wallpaper again. We can't even see the wallpaper again. Just loading.
It's just wallpaper.
Okay. What of like this?
Not yet, sir. No, it's just saying.
Wallpaper.
Okay, what we do now? What we do now is maybe you stay. I will I will log out and come in again.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
All right, sir. Fine.
Okay, sir. Let's try that, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Let's try that. For people who want to enter inside, I'm not able to complete.
And
And somebody
Sir, you
can
will
just
not be able to
and then you
you will
know
not
be
be able to come back,
like,
sir.
You will not be able
I
to
may
come back.
not, that is my fear. I might not be able to come back. Oh.
Yeah.
that's very risky. Oh.
So what about you create a new Zoom link?
I will not. I don't have your. I'm not in your platform. I will not be able to.
the meeting and start a new one. So you'll be the one to enter first.
I will not be able to. Except
I don't think
if you people can log out. You people should log
Oh, you
out.
should just end the call now. End it and start again.
I'm not the
Zoom
host.
like that.
I am not the host, so I won't be able to do that. I'm not the host. Okay, I'm a co-host. Let me do that.
Why this?
If you end it, are we going to enter with the same link or you send a new link?
We want to use the same link. You want to use the same link.
survival of the fittest.
Yeah, can we just continue with using the whiteboard?
At this point, if everybody logs out, it's survival of the fittest too.
That's true talk. Survival of the fittest.
Now the person data go enter. Now the person data go enter sharp.
Sir, end it, sir.
Indeed.
Why has nobody logged out yet? Why has nobody logged out yet? Let's go one by one.
You log out first now.
You go out first
Okay,
now.
all right. You guys should just calm down. I'm ready already.
Nobody wants to leave, I beg.
Sir, can you use the whiteboard?
I'm not using it. Dr. Lodge, please help me end the meeting. We want to relog in. End the meeting for every one of them.
Sir, same link, right?